So how do you pay for everything with studio time and stuff like that? I mean, I know you're signed to Invisible, but does anything come out of your pocket that you have to pay for? So
Yes. I give Invisible. Well, I mean, you could use Invisible's resources, but that'll just be more money against you.
mm-hmm.
We recorded the first album at Louis Vitek's studio, which has everything you need, and
Mm-hmm.
$10,000 microphones, and we got a pretty good deal on that. Where I would rather be out of pocket because it was much less than it would cost versus the money that I was going to see uh, being taken out if I did it through Invisible's budget.
Right.
The only thing I did with Invisible is because I wanted the producers that they had offered me, which was Martin Atkins and Siebold from Hate Department,
Mm-hmm.
produced it. I gave them complete, actually almost edited tracks. They re-edited a lot of it, but I gave them all the tracks, and they went in and mixed and produced it. Siebold and Martin did before it was released. So that was the only expense I wanted to put against the album, as far and outside of marketing. So I record it, because I record on my own time, and I am a super slow, pragmatic person when it comes to being in the studio, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I would be running up humongous debts in the studio if I didn't have control over knowing that I'm working with friends and have breaks,
Mm-hmm.
studio time.
So tell me about the new record. Do you have a release date for that yet? I know it's sometime in 2010.
Well, it's been delayed twice already, because the initial thought was going to be May, because we did a tour in May that we also cut a little bit short because the album wasn't done much like this one. But we had a festival to play in Texas, so we kept a couple of the shows booked to get there and back. Then it got delayed because it was supposed to be in November, and because quite honestly, it's just not done. And that's back to being pragmatic. We started recording it in September of '08, and it's still not done. It's the same sound. I can't say that it changes much from that vibe of old school Chicago industrial.
Mm-hmm.
Some fresh approaches, a couple of things new, some stuff that's a little more keyboard heavy and straight dancey as opposed to balls out in your face, guitar driven. But there's also those songs too. But it's kind of a ride.
Who's all working on this album with you?
Some of the road guys that I had on the last tour, which some of the guys from Worm. The main guy from Worm, Mike Reedy, has been engineering most of it. The guitar player I had from that tour has played on a majority of the tracks. I play guitar on it. My drummer Ken Pillar, has played all the drums on the tracks so far. And sometimes when you turn something in, because again will be produced by Martin Atkins,
Mm-hmm.
Martin will just decide that he wants to put his own drums on a track and use the other drums and play new drums for it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and Levi's playing all the bass on it as well.
Cool. It's got to be kind of cool though to have someone of Martin Atkins' stature just kind of sit down and play your drum parts.
Well, I can tell you one thing. There was a song on the last album which I had all programmed drums, and I liked the song. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
He heard the song, and he heard a little something else and made me love the song after he played drums on it. The song was called "Return of the Soldier," which with programmed drums, it sounded like a machine, like you were firing a machine gun. When he played on it, it gave it such a live kind of feel, and actually he changed the beats a little bit, and he made it a completely better song. So yeah, you can say it's a nice tip in to have.
Mm-hmm. Being an indie band, why do you keep getting out there? Why do you do it?
Well, I always say that if I retired, I would just come out of retirement anyway because I love doing it. And that's pretty much it. You have to love doing it. And then there's certain cities, and I hope maybe Iowa can, all of Iowa can become at some point one of the areas that we play. We play in Wisconsin and Madison or Milwaukee. They're great, huge shows. Indianapolis, and we have cities where we go to and just get such a warm reception. It's like, and you get constant emails or Facebooks or MySpace hits or messages saying when you're coming back, and it's kind of a nice feeling to be wanted. So I can't say that I can just gracefully bow out when I still feel that there's songs I have, and there's still such areas that have the desire to see you.
Mm-hmm. What inspires you to keep writing?
You know, there's lyrically, there's definitely things that happen and fire you up that will write you or affect you in different levels of your emotions, sad or if you're even depressed. Something will spur something that all of a sudden you grab a piece of paper and a pen and you have a verse and half a chorus written and you didn't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
That happens often lyrically. Musically, that is something that, and again, why maybe it's going to be 5 years since the last album before the new one's out, is because I don't rush any of that, and I throw out so much stuff that I get stuff in my head. I'll record bits of it, and it takes forever for me to flesh that out into a song, and I throw 9/10 of it away because I don't think it's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's the two approaches, musically and lyrically. Lyrically, there's a lot more sitting around on paper that are half-written and need to be fleshed out, but you can watch a news story and you get fired up about something, and it gives you an idea for a song.
Right.